I'm just trying to do my thing, underground on my name. Chris motherfucking Travis ain't a damn thing changed. Give me back my steez, man. Cold like a freeze frame. Water boys made of money, turn your ass into some change. These niggas on my dick, they won't give me credit. They know I brought the way back to the rap element.
Hey guys, welcome to today's video. In today's video, we're going to be talking about Nardwuar, and we're going to be talking about Nardwuar because he has to be one of the best interviewers, and to be honest, one of my all-time favorites. Not much is known about Nardwuar's early childhood besides his huge interest in things like music and journalism. He has often was picked on growing up, but he didn't let things like that really stop him again. Everyone kind of gets teased on growing up, and I feel like that's just a thing everyone has to overcome. Again, it affects some people more, and some situations are kind of worse than others, but for him, seemed pretty average, growing up. Nardwuar's early interviews were usually rock artists or politicians of sorts, and he didn't get as much love back then for his interviews as he does now, let alone respect from the artists and stuff. It's honestly sad sometimes seeing people disrespect Nardwuar in interviews because he is a genuine guy, and he is very nice to his guests, and he also is giving them a platform to talk about their music and talk about themselves and their lives. And it's just like to kind of be a dickhead to like the interviewer if they're not even being a dick for no reason when they're kind of giving you a platform. It just makes no fucking sense. More once he started interviewing rappers, and the more he kind of got into the avenue, the more his career grew. His career also grew because the interviews were good and the rappers actually accepted him, let alone their fans as well. And he would interview one rapper, their fans would know about him, and it kind of, steamrolled and snowballed into his, to him creating his own fan base and people looking towards to him interviewing the next person. And actually letting alone having artists who are coming up being like, hey, I want this guy to interview me over other people. And why I think Nardwuar's interviews are so good is because he has such a playful and fun childish act about him, but also knowing so much about the person he is interviewing, so it can keep the flow and keep it entertaining, but it also flows all together, and it's not like, oh, you just see some goofball on the screen. You still learn about the artist and find out interesting things you want to find out about the artist, but you're also being entertained by his goofy act. He also pushes away existing forms of interviews over the years and created his own form of interviews from doing that. And the formula he has created obviously is good because Nardwuar has invented some of the most, what the fuck am I talking about? Sorry. Has interviewed some of the most iconic artists. And Nardwuar's work ethic when it comes to interviews is crazy. If that is research he does on a person, or he will interview, or if that's how much he will go out his way for an interview, if that's trying to catch up with the artist or run into the artist at a festival to get a quick interview, or to try and go through the managers and try and go through the labels and try and go, try set everything up. And you could truly see that he has a passion for his craft, and a lot of interviewers and late night hosts or whatever the fuck, they go off the same fucking formula, and it's just pretty much who can do the formula the best. And it's like with him, he created his own formula, so no one really can, somebody could come along and try to do his formula, but they can't do it as well as him because it's his own formula, and it's just, I don't know, it's just kind of cool because you also see with a lot of interviewers, they try to take themselves really serious and try to have the interview be the serious thing, which it should be, and some interviews have to be, and that's sometimes the tone they're trying to set. But then also at the same time, it's nice to see somebody that tries to add some fun into it and try not to make it this serious, life interrogation type situation, when it's more just, fans wanting to know little facts about their favorite artist, like if their favorite artist likes fucking Cocoa Pebbles or whatever the fuck, you know. And Nardwuar, he's just a funny ass dude. He's fucking cool. I don't know. He's like that one goofy ass fucking kid that you're like, he's a total fucking nerd, but then at the same time, he's the coolest fucking person you ever fucking met. You know, he's like the nerdy ass fucking guy that fucking is hella into music, has his fucking pants pulled up, his shirt tucked in and shit, but still pulls probably hella bitches. Like, I swear to God, Nardwuar, he might not talk about it, but I swear to God, he probably pulling some fucking baddies out here. And I don't fucking blame him. Nardwuar's a fucking amazing human being. I don't know. Besides that, his interviews are fucking great, and everyone, I feel like if you haven't slept under a fucking rock since 2016, has seen one of his fucking interviews, and they're really good. And like I said, he's talked to some of the most iconic and coolest artists, and also has had some of the most entertaining and the most interesting interviews ever. And he's just a really cool person, and he's one of those people I want to see just stick around forever and just kind of, you know, become that old dude who just does the funny, goofy interviews and shit. Again, with Nardwuar, with him, it's only really just going up from here. The more he does interviews and the more he kind of improves his little craft he has going, the better it's going to be for him, you know. And I'm, again, rooting for him a bit. I don't know. It's just like with Nardwuar, like I said, his interviews aren't like other interviews. There is that childish element about him, and also still having that seriousness of still getting the information you want, and also just not making it boring, you know, just being like, oh, where did you grow up? Oh, where were you born? Like, he goes through those questions quick and gets through the juicy stuff, or if he can't get to that, he'll crack a joke or whatever the fuck, you know. And his flow and how he cuts off the interviews with his like doodaloo or whatever the fuck, it just all works very well. Nothing seems to all of a sudden or whatever. And it just, again, I like when I see one of his interviews, if I scroll through online or come across it on YouTube, I always fucking love them. They're great fucking interviews. And besides that, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications. We'll try and hit 300 subscribers on the channel. So again, if you hit that subscribe button, I mean the fucking world to me. Well, I like 216 subscribers as I'm recording this. So again, big goal is to hit 300. So yeah, I'll see you guys all in the next video. And yeah, bye guys.